Hey guys, welcome back to Project E. I'm taking you on a very, very special thing, special to my heart. You know, if I had one fishing place or technique or something that I could only do the rest of my life, this would probably be it. Just floating streams and rivers. I love it. It's something I love to do with Kade. I guess I need to introduce my son. This is my son, Kade. If you guys don't follow along on social media, he's all over it. He's my buddy. He's 11 years old. And he's starting to fish with me a little bit. He's a beginner fisherman, I want to say that, but loves dinosaurs and loves Legos, and he's got a new puppy, but he's starting to get into fishing here in the last few months. But we're gonna go on an adventure today, guys. I mean, we're not in the nitro. You can see I've got a completely different boat. It's a float boat. These boats originated over at the White River. Super stable. It's just fun, you know, floating these streams. I just absolutely love doing it. So you guys follow along today. It's gonna be a different episode. We're gonna go break down how to catch smallmouth in a stream. Guys, I'm not catching giants today. You know, if we caught a 2 or 3 pounder, that is an all-time giant because this is not a very big stream, but we're gonna catch a lot of them and it's gonna be a lot of fun. The other thing is I'm a little worried about the weather. It was not supposed to rain today, but we're hearing thunder in the background. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we're gonna dodge them all. So this is gonna be a fun episode, guys. Come on, follow along. Let's go. I wonder in a day how many we'd actually catch if we kept track. I bet it's a bunch. Got him? Big fish on. Kade's got a big one. All right, buddy. What is it? Another striper. Good job, man. Good job. Good job. Here, let's remember, just don't quite reel it quite so high up. There you go. Good job. I'm back here trying to retie. Oh! Hit it right at the boat. Got me right in the side. Man, they're pretty fish. I just love them. What do you think? Whose son are you? Oh my goodness. You must be the milkman's. You know what that means? Okay. Kade, one thing you want to keep in mind, like in these super clear spots that's really flat like this, these fish are going to be spooky. Just try to make long casts, you know. We got to sneak up on them like we're deer hunting, you know, or playing cat and, you know, hide and seek or something at the house. So make long casts when you get to these spots like this.
This bluff is cool, isn't it? So if it was deep enough right here to jump off, would you jump off? Would you?
I don't know, dude. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either.
If T-Rex was chasing you, you could probably. Remember in the movie when they jump off?
Yeah.
Kade, you gotta admit, one of the things that I know I love about these trips is just the beauty. I mean, we don't see that every day at home. No. And you know, it's the middle of July and it's just cool. You know, I know we had a big rain shower this morning, but you know, heck, anytime I get hot, you end up throwing me in or I end up throwing you in and we end up swimming, so. The river's got current, the creek's got current, you know, everything's current related. So you gotta find those little seams in there, just like right there. There's a little island and there's a seam on the back side and that's where that smallmouth will sit. And so you gotta find little spots where the current alters. You know, earlier we were talking about an eddy. That's like same thing, you know. See how there's that rock deal in the middle there and water went this way and water went this way. So everything in the river has to deal with current, and current, just reading the current. The better you get at it, the more your fish you'll catch.
So a lake's more still than a river?
Lake's still, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's current sometimes in a lake, but nothing like this, you know. I mean, we're moving 4, 5, 6 miles an hour. So when you're fishing a river, you know, Cade, I just try to target anything that's breaking the current. You know, a rock, a log. Logs can be tricky sometimes because the current will really get your lure snagged, but you know, rocks, just anything where it just breaks the current where those fish can get in behind there. And they can rest, but they can face up current and feed, you know, anything that's washing down. I think right there would be an example. And so is that next one, kinda. Or the bottom side of it. Nice cast. Oh gosh, dog it. I think so many times they follow it, you know, you throw it next to that log and they follow it across the, you know, just as it's hitting the rocks. I got that one. I'm kicking your patootie right now. That's two since you caught one. Oh, come here, buddy. A little bit better one. I got another one. Come here, dude. Feels like a 5-pounder when you reel him against all that current. There's another one. That feels like a good one. Golly, that's a good one. That's the biggest one yet. I got a long ways to try to bring this fish up against this water. Golly. If I can get his head up. Sweet. Isn't that fun?
I mean,
what do you mean?
I don't know yet.
You've been catching them. Hey, a must-have right here. If you go floating, you got to have a chain. You put a little garden hose around your rope, because if you don't do that, it'll break right there as you're dragging on the rocks. But that is my semi-anchor. It just slows you down just enough to where you can float. It's just a pretty important tool to have. I don't have any jet skis rolling around. I don't have any big cabin cruisers trying to knock me off the deck of my boat. This is my kind of fishing right here. I like it a lot. Well, I better catch up to him. He is way down there. Just catching up to my son. He likes to float down these fast, smooth rock stretches. He fishes about 10% of the time and swims about 90, which I don't blame him. When I was a kid, I'd do the same thing. Heck, it feels good on a hot day like this anyway. Look at all the fish.
What are those? How big are those?
They're big, aren't they?
What are they?
Carp and catfish. There's just everything. You know, one thing about fishing these clear streams like this is, you know, it just goes to show how spooky fish truly can be, you know. I mean, just they can hear you and see you, and a lot more than you normally would think, you know, because you can see them from so far away. So it just goes to show, you know, maybe when you're in stained water out fishing in a lake, man, just pay attention and not slam the lids, and maybe sneak into your fishing location, you know, to be quiet, just to kind of try to help your chances. I think he's been on there that whole time just swimming with me. I wonder what makes that speckles all over their belly. Look at their belly. See how his belly's all speckled?
Yeah.
What do you think causes that?
I don't know.
I got a rock, Cade.
Rock?
Yeah, buddy. It takes talent to catch a rock. Pure talent. I mean, not anybody can catch a rock.
How'd you catch it?
It's a big one too.
How'd you hook it?
Right there in that hole. See how talented that is to be able to catch it in that hole?
Okay, fine.
Bet you had never done that, huh?
Okay, fine. It's, yeah.
Is that talent?
A little.
A little?
Well, no, it's luck, I think.
You think it's luck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few in that little hole right there. It doesn't even get close to hitting the bottom. You know, just as soon as it hits the water, one comes out and gets it. They just like those spots where you got super fast water, but, you know, calm water right there beside it and fairly deep. That's such a deal when you're catching them in that much current. You got to reel so much. It's way more reeling than it is hook set because you got such a bow in your line. Because the current's going and it's got a bow in your line, you got to reel as fast as you can reel. That's why I use, you know, a high-speed gear ratio reel, spinning reel that I can find. That's a good tip for somebody, you know, when you're fishing and you got two very distinct currents. You know, he keeps laying his line down, and this current here drags his bait out of that slack current up there. So it's important when you throw it in there, hold that rod up and let all this current go underneath your line so you can work it out to that current. My first largemouth. Spot that there's no current, got a largemouth. Oh gosh, that looked like a good one. Dadgummit. Still after it.
Not that big.
Well, it's bigger than any of them you're catching, and it was on a topwater, which makes it even that much better. That's where the monster bass live. You just can't get in them, you know, going downstream. You gotta come upstream almost like a bass boat, you know, and flip. And that's how the classic was won, buddy. I was flipping logs like that in the same river. Oh, that's such a fun bite when they hit that top water. That's a good one too. Oh, yes. And they may not be giants, but golly, you can catch a bunch of them, and they are fun. They are fun, 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 and it's not hot, and it's not crowded. Oh, I love it. That was bringing it up right through that eddy. I mean, shallow water. I can see bottom. It's not even a foot deep right there. Oh, yes. They're fixing to start biting, buddy. They are fixing to start biting. Thanks, buddy. Oh, yes. He ate that thing too, didn't he? Look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Come here, buddy. That's the longest one, maybe. He's long, isn't he? Oh, yay! Get him, buddy! That's a big one, bud. Keep your rod up.
Oh, he touched it right at the end again.
Gosh, that was a big one. That's the biggest one of the day. Guys, I brought you out to one of my most favorite things. You know, it's just a peaceful day in nature getting to float these rivers like this, and I love doing it. You know, it's not a place that you're gonna come catch some giants. Kade had a big one on today.
I did.
The only big bite we had, but man, it was a lot of fun. I like the peace of it, the coolness, you know, in the summertime. The fishing, that's what I like about it. You know, we didn't run across any rope swings or cliffs to jump off of today, but just getting to spend time with Kade and catching lots of smallmouth. What do you like about it?
My favorite part is probably the swimming.
The swimming?
Yeah.
I think he would swim the entire river. I just would kick him out and he'd float down the entire river is what he'd do. But fishing wise, it's pretty simple. You know, I just had a little mushroom like Ned rig head right here. I put a little Berkeley General Max scent, cut it off, you know, just using a Ned rig. I've got it on really light line, like 6 and 8 pound test, got a leader, spinning rod. We caught some fish on a chopo this evening. That was a lot of fun, catching them on a chopo. That's where you had your big one. What'd you catch your fish on?
I caught it on a swim bait.
Swim bait, little power swimmer, yeah, little 1/8 ounce head, you know, pretty simple fishing. There's a lot of other little things you can use. A little rebel crawdad will catch them. My sister swears by that, but I don't know, I just like it. It's just a fun, relaxing day to me that I can't get enough of. I hope you guys enjoyed following along, and kind of a different episode this week, Project E, but it's just something me and Kade love to do. We've done this for a long time now, hadn't we?
We have.
Every year.
Every year.
We got to do our camping trip this year. We haven't done it yet, so we still got another one coming. But thanks, guys. See you guys next week, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.